Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a very special nooner of Banditos live from the Elbow Room, and powered by the Elbow River Trading Company. Today, we're bringing you two very special products that are going to be featured from FEIN Power Tools. We got the 14-inch Slugger cold saw. We're going to do some live demos of that, and then we also have the FEIN 18-volt cordless nibbler. Yes, 14-volt cordless nibbler for thin gauge materials, corrugated materials, trapezoidal materials. You're going to have a lot of fun with that. Okay, we'll show you that. First, we got some things we need to go through. First thing, number one, if you have never ever bought anything in a live shopping environment such as this, well, it's your lucky day. We're going to show you how to do that. And we're going to take about 2 seconds because it's not going to take very long to show you. It's that simple, okay? I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And we're going to go to, let's go to a show from last Thursday night where we had Holy Moly Thursday night with Homemaker Technology. We made a bunch of holes and things, made little chunks of metal out of big chunks of metal. So this is what you guys would see normally, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on the live stream from the Banditos website, or even if you were typing in the keyword on Instagram or Facebook, and you would come across this. The carousel on the side, it could be on the side of the material, it could be underneath, just depends on where you do it. But this is the product carousel. And so all you need to do if you find something that strikes your fancy is just click on it. We've got some nice VersaDrive Impact step cutter sets from HMT. You just add that to your cart. Just put that button there. That's in there. We view the cart. There it is in the cart, and then we go and check out. Okay? Pretty simple so far. You following me? Takes you to a secure Shopify webpage. You enter in, you can sign in, or you enter your information. You can see what's in your drive there, what your costs are going to be. Anything with us over $199 is free shipping. Enter in your credit card information, and then you hit the big blue Pay It Now button, and you're done. It's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. So it doesn't take a lot of work to shop with Banditos Live. It's incredibly simple. So we're going to show you some demos today on those products, on the FEIN Nibbler and Slugger cold saw. A couple of things that we want to remind you about, though, is our shipping fees. So if you buy anything over $199, which the two products we show you today are going to be over $199, so you don't pay any shipping at all, okay? And then on under $199, because we'll probably have some other stuff in the carousel that might be a little bit less money. If it's under $200, all you pay is $10 shipping. Easy peasy, just like that, okay? The second thing we want to talk to you about, if you're watching us on lunch and you're having your sandwich, key in on Instagram. If you're watching us on Instagram, the keyword is lunch, and that will turn your video into a shoppable video. And you'll see all the products and the pricing and all that kind of stuff on the side, and you can check out. So keyword, lunch. The third thing is all the extra little add-on specials that we're giving people when they buy during Banditos live sessions. The first 20 customers today are going to get a free pair of Watson gloves. So either the Flex Time ones that I'll be using today, the Range Riders, these ones here, the kind of the tuxedo specials, the very nice gloves, or the Sherpa-lined Red Barons, the winter glove. All you need to do to get those is enter your order number in the chat with your size, your glove preference, and we will do the rest. And then we're going to throw in some stickers for you, some nice Bandito stickers. They're fun. You can put them on your welding helmet, put them on your toolbox, put them on your bumper, wherever you like. We're going to include that bundle for free. And then Papa Dan says he is going to throw in a free Banditos t-shirt, and they are lovely. They're lovely t-shirts, okay? So you're going to get all that stuff for free. Good. All right. So that's that. Let's move on with the products for today. We're going to check into our chat here to see who's viewing. Marissa's with us in the background, adding the products in there. She's the sticky goo that holds this whole thing together. So we appreciate Marissa in the background there. Make sure you comment on lunch. And we're happy that you took some time while you're watching us. And even if you don't watch us right now, this video is going to live forever. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on our native website. And you can go back and shop it just like you would live. That's kind of the nice thing about this technology. You're going to see all kinds of stuff like that. All right. Now, I just want to check and make sure that our feed on YouTube looks like it is running, so that's nice. All right, that's a new thing we're trying. We're going to stream this on YouTube as well. Okay, products. First up, we are going to show you guys the FEIN Slugger 14-inch cold saw. Now, if you've been tuning in and watching us before, FEIN is an incredibly good, it's a German-made company, a German company that makes the products there. Very robust tooling they make. And so the two products that we're going to show you today are from FEIN. The first is the 14-inch cold cut saw, made for cutting steel, aluminum, stainless steel, pretty much anything that's metal. It's got tungsten carbide tips, and we're going to show you how this thing cuts here in a minute when we switch our video feed. The interesting thing about this motor, this saw, is the motor on it. It's specifically designed to cut metal. It's not like any other shop saw. It's a low RPM with that tungsten carbide tip. It's like a hot knife through butter when you're cutting metal. An 1800 watt low speed, high torque motor, minimal vibration with maximum cutting force. So works pretty darn good when it comes to cutting that. Bevel on 45 degrees. Let's switch over to the secondary camera here, so you'll see exactly what we're working with here. I'm going to change the view of this right now so I can show you a few things while we're talking here. So obviously a nice saw. It's got the automatic scissor blade here, so when it comes down, it separates. That helps collect as much of the metal particulate as possible that comes off when you're doing the cutting. That's a nice feature. There's a slot here, and there's a tray underneath the slot that has, it's removable. So all the shards and whatnot that are the burrs that are collected underneath there, you slide that out and you can throw it in your metal recycling there. Quick release thread chuck here. So this slides back and forth very nicely. So you can quickly make your adjustments and then lock your thread down into place and then snug up your metal as you're doing it there, as you need to. The other thing that's very neat with this is that you can bevel up to 45 degrees just by loosening off the quick release level, and this moves down. There's another centering pin here. If you really want to make it snug, you can center that one there as well. But yes, anywhere from 0 to 45 degrees, you can make angled cuts on there as well. We're going to go right back to 90 degrees now for now, and then we'll do some angled cuts a little bit later. Snug that up, and so you're ready to go. A very nice, you probably can't see it from this camera angle, but there is a little bit of a protective visor on here as well. Your tooling fits in nice and snug to make your adjustments if you need to replace your blade or make some adjustments on your pins here for your bevel settings. It's a very simple machine. You've got a locking chain here, so when you put this down, it connects up to a nut up here, and you can lock your machine and then carry it with the carrying handle that's on top of the machine here too. So it's very easy to move around. It's not a light machine. It is German made, so it's quality. So this is a fairly hefty machine, probably about 60 pounds when it's all said and done. It's a good hefty machine, very good quality. Okay. All right, enough talk. Let's do some cutting. We're going to zero in this camera a little bit more so you guys can see exactly what we're going to be doing with some cutting. We got a range of products from thin material to thick material, relatively thick, I should say. I'm going to put my earplugs in because we want to be safe. Got my goggles on. And we're going to check the chat here as well. Ah, yes, Marissa's busy in the chat. Yes, comment lunch if you're watching us on Instagram, and subscribe. You don't want to miss any of these things because we're going to have other shows, new products we're going to be bringing out the show for you guys, and we want you to see this stuff. Okay, thin stuff. We got like 1/16 material here. So you want to see how it does on the thin stuff, not just the thick stuff? Okay, well, this is it. This is a nice, easy piece here. Now lock this in. We're going to make a cut. This isn't going to be any issue for the FEIN. We'll lock it in there with the vise, nice and snug. All right, and here we go. We're going to make a cut. Let me zero in on this a little bit more so you can actually see the cut that this is going to make while we're talking here, okay? My camera stays still. Here we go. was easy, right? It's like cutting leaf paper, for God's sakes. And then you can see there we go. There's the cut edge, nice and cut, nice and thin, nice and clean on that little thin material, okay? So it's the thin stuff's definitely not a problem for this machine. How about we kick it up a notch and we go some 1/2 inch, okay? We're gonna kick it up. We'll do some 1/2 inch mild steel. Get that zeroed in there. So 1/2 inch, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is 1/2 inch mild steel bar stock, okay? Let's lock this bad boy in place. And we'll do a cut of this. Zimp it up there. And then we'll cinch it up with our vise. And we're gonna do a cut on this one now. Here we go. Half-inch material, no problem for the FEIN 14-inch slugger. Look at that cut. You'd swear that was machined, that cut. Hey? Ooh, that's nice. That is a nice cut. That's 1/2 inch material. Cut it through like butter. All right, so we know that pretty flat materials are going to work. Bar stock works well. What about something like this? Angle iron. Okay, so this is about 1/4 inch angle iron. We'll throw this in the vise here, and you can see how this cuts here too. Lock her in. Put this back on this flat here. Lock it in. Zip it up. You can see how this cuts. 1/4 inch mild steel angle iron. Again, no problem for the slugger. The slugger cuts incredibly well. Burr-free. Just wipe off the little bit of chips that are found there, and you're good to go. All right, so bar stock, not a problem. Angle iron, not a problem. Nice and smooth, nice and safe, no heat generated. How about some thin wall pipe? Let's see how this cuts. Let's throw her in. Sunk her up. We'll use the vise, lock her in place, and we'll do a cut on this thin wall pipe. Not a problem. Nice and smooth, nice and clean. So you can see a wide variety on these 90-degree cuts. Works fantastic. How about if we were to do maybe a 45-degree cut? You want to see one of those? Sure you do. Let's make some adjustments then. We'll zoom this out so you guys can see exactly how easy it is to make that adjustment. Okay. So here, we're just going to loosen off our quick release. We're going to slide in our 45-degree. It's marked on the edge here, so you've got you can see exactly how it's set. We're going to throw in our 1/4 inch angle iron, and we'll cinch up our vise just like that. We're locked in, nice and safe. We'll zoom back in so you guys can see how this cuts on that, just like that. All right, and let's give her a go. I could do this all day, guys. It's so clean, so clear. Look at this. Angle iron on that cut. 45-degree cut on 1/4 inch. Nice and clean, just like that. So this is going to cover anything you need to cut. When you're talking bar stock, anything basically that'll fit in this vise. It'll cut in about 4.5 inch depth and thickness. It's just an incredibly smooth system from Slugger here. So you're in good shape. Lock everything back in there, and then we'll move on to our next product here. We'll switch back over. All right, cool. So the deal, you're probably wondering what the deal is. Let's talk deal. Let's talk deal. For the Banditos Live lunchtime special, we're going to show you the deal. $861 for the FEIN Slugger chop saw. So everything you need to get going. You're going to have the Slugger. You're going to have all the tools to make the adjustments. Plus, we're going to throw in this bad boy right here. The secondary blade, the replacement blade, for absolutely free. $215 value. These blades last a long time. They're tungsten carbide tip blades, okay? So you're going to get hundreds and hundreds of cuts off of these blades before you even notice any reduction in quality of cut. Even if you use, FEIN even sells some lubes that you can put on the blade, making it last even longer. But when that time comes to replace it, you're going to have one in the chamber ready to go because we're going to give you that for free, okay? So it's an incredibly good deal, plus the free shipping, plus all the free gloves and all that kind of stuff, all right? So it's a wicked deal for the Monday nooner from Banditos Live. All right, perfect. Next product we're going to move into now. Let me get it out. Pardon me while I whip this out. Here we go. This is the FEIN 18-volt cordless nibbler. Comes in a nice carrying case. FEIN makes very nice cases. Open this up. Look at this thing. Look at that. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. You get all your goodies tucked inside here. So a nice place for your manuals. You're never going to have to misplace a manual again. They're there. You get obviously your tool, your 18-volt cordless nibbler right here. 2 3-amp-hour 18-volt batteries, and your charger, your sing-along charger. This charger is actually pretty fun because it'll actually sing to you when you put it on the charger. It tells you it's connected, doing its thing, and then when it's done, the little musical chime plays again, which is kind of fun. So you'll get that in there as well. I'm going to tell you the deal before we do any lemos of this, just so you know what we're talking about here. This deal right now, the full kit of what you see here is $399.99, okay? That's over $250 off the regular price on this set. But if you were to go looking, and I encourage you, please go look, price check us online. If you go look just to buy the 2 18-volt batteries and the charger, that's over $400 on their own. Basically, you're getting the tool for free at this point from Banditos Live, okay? So this is an incredibly good deal from us. $399 for the entire kit there. So let's look at it a little bit closer. We're going to keep that full kit up there so you guys can see the price. So here we go on the battery itself. It's got a nice indicator there. We got a nice full power 18-volt lithium-ion battery. The FEIN power tools, the cordless ones, the batteries are all part of the Bosch amp share program. So I think you can utilize this on like 60 different kinds of tooling. So those are interchangeable. You've got the variable speed RPMs on there as well, 1 through 6. With the steel that we're cutting today, they recommend cutting on a 6, your power button. And then you've got your chuck here. So the die itself, that's this piece here. And then inside, you've got the punch. And the punch just goes back and forth like this, taking little bitty angry bites out of the metal that we're going to be cutting, okay? The die can be adjusted, all right? So you just loosen the chuck here. And it goes in 360 degrees in 15-degree increments. So you can lock it in so it's cutting straight. You can lock it in so it's cutting to the left or to the right, or even if you want to pull it towards yourself in this kind of a direction, it'll do it all there first. So we're going to do it like straight on for now, just at 0. We're going to snug up our bit here, just like that, okay? And then we're going to get rid of the toolbox so we can do a demo and show you guys what's going on. As we're doing that, let's check out the chat and see what's going on. Who's here? Who's visiting us? Clovis, Mr. Clovis, you're a good man for joining us. Hope we're on the big screen in Lethbridge in the shop there. It is a good deal, $399, all right? It is wicked good. It is an awesome price. I can't believe we still have any of these left for $399. Like I said, the charger and the 2 batteries are more than that if you're going to go buy them. You're getting a wicked tool that's going to make life so much easier for you. All right. Excellent. Let's set some cameras. We're going to change the camera position here so you guys can have a look at what we're going to be doing. Make an adjustment there. We're going to get out our material. I'm going to put on my Flex Time gloves from Watson, which are super comfortable for this light kind of work that we're doing here today. Got the nice Velcro straps. We've got 2 different kinds of metal that we're working with. We've got some 16 gauge, and then we have got some like 22 gauge galvanized. Very, this is pretty light stuff. We're going to start there just so you guys can have a look and see what that looks like. We're going to give you a couple different angles. We're going to give you the overhead angle here first so you can see what we're working with. And then I'm going to make an adjustment with my other camera so you guys can see on this side what this looks like when we're going to be doing a cut here. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right. You know what? I'm going to get rid of that overlay for a second, just because it's in my way. And I don't want that there. You can stare at my graying hair, okay? For a minute. If you're watching us on Instagram, the keyword, lunch. All right. There we go. All right. Let's go back here. So we're going to have this view, and we've got the overhead view for you guys so you can see that I'm not performing any magic tricks here. Okay. All right. So 22 gauge material, the FEIN 18-volt cordless nibbler. Let's give it a go. Just like that, guys. Look at how clean that is. Burr-free, nice clean edge, ready to be tack welded together, screwed together, however you're going to fasten your material together there. Let's do another one. This time we'll cut towards you in the camera, and you can see how this works again. There we go. Another nice clean cut. Just like that. Whoop. As soon as our camera zooms in there on that. And that's some very thin galvanized, like 22 gauge material. Yeah. But if you're into doing roofing, or if you're doing flashing, HVAC materials, that kind of stuff, this is going to make your life so much easier. So much easier. All right. So that was some 22 gauge. Let's go a little bit heavier. We'll go with the 16 gauge stuff here. All right. We'll clamp that on. You guys can see how it cuts on this thicker stuff. I don't know which size, yes, put it on your list, Chase. Send it to Ask for Santa. Absolutely. It'll look great under the tree. Why wait? Put it in your cart. Yes. Exactly. All right. Which Clovis? What position? What camera do you want to see it from? Do you want to see it from over top? Do you want to see it from head on? What's your preference if you're watching right now? You tell me, and I'll make it happen over here. This is kind of a nice one. We'll go straight on for now. Again, look at that. Look at that cut. Once the camera smartens up, you'll have a look at it. Super clean, super fast. And that's on 16 gauge. So we're getting into some heavier stuff there, right? Let's switch over to another feed and we'll have a look at it. This time, once this camera zooms in here properly, once this camera zooms in, we're going to change our chuck here too. So this time we're going to change it so it's on like a 45 degree. I'm going to just loosen that off, pull it down, and we'll lock it into place. So this is handy just depending on the angle of attack that you need to be going at. You'll be able to cut the most comfortable. Maybe you need visibility as to your path you're going to be cutting on. This makes it nice. So we snug that chuck back up there and we'll do another cut just like this. That's it, guys. Anybody, if I can do this, anybody can do it, right? Look at that cut. Burr-free, super clean, and ready to continue on with your project, whatever that might be. That's it, guys. All right, let's get back to the deal. So again, the deal of the day for this particular system, the full kit, that is the tool, that is two 18-volt, 3-amp-hour batteries, and the charger, all inside this nice clean kit right here. You get all that for $399. As I mentioned, both batteries and the charger, if you buy them on their own, is over $400. So you're getting this all for $399 because you get the tool with it as well and the cool carrying kit. That's the nibbler deal, okay? That's the nibbler deal. As I mentioned, we also have the Slugger 14-inch cold saw. That's this one here. That is going for $861, plus you get the free blade. That's this blade here, mild steel blade. You're going to get that for free. It's $215 value, including free shipping. And you're going to get free gloves. So like I mentioned, either these ones I'm wearing now, the Flex Time gloves, the Wintertime Red Barons, or the Range Riders, you pick. When you make your purchase, put your glove size in with your order number and let us know which glove you prefer, and we'll do our best to accommodate that. And we're going to throw in a free pack of stickers, Bandito stickers. They're very cool. They're nice to put on, jazz up your welding helmet, your toolbox, your bumper, wherever you like. Put them on your kids, the lunch kits. If kids still use lunch kits, I don't know. Mine does, but who knows. And a free t-shirt from Uncle Dan. Dan's going to give you a free t-shirt on top of all that. So that's kind of the deals of the day, guys. The FEIN 18-volt cordless slugger, we'll recap that, $399.99. The Slugger 14-inch cold saw, $861 plus the free blade. You're going to get all that free stuff, the gloves and all that. Just make sure you put your order number in the chat with the glove size, and we'll get you those in your order. If you're watching us on Instagram, turn that Instagram video into a shoppable experience by just typing in lunch in the comments, and it's going to pop it in, and you'll be able to see all the products and do your shopping. And then the free shipping. Anything over $199 goes for free, and anything under that, just $10 shipping. It's a pretty good deal. That brings us to a quick close. Thanks for spending time with us over your lunch hour with Banditos Live. Look at these deals. They're incredibly good. And please come back and watch us again. We're not going to be we're going to be doing these, for a long time, especially going into Christmas. And as Marissa says, subscribe. All right, subscribe to the feed so you'll get notifications of when we go live. That's how this works. Subscribe to us here. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Get all the notifications, because sometimes we're going to have deals, right? Because this week, the deal was, if you followed us on and shared on Instagram, you got a free draw you would enter into a free draw for a Bandito swag bag, okay? So make sure that you do that on Instagram. And it ended 30 minutes ago. So hopefully somebody did that by now. You're going to enter it into that draw, and you're going to get a nice swag bag of stuff that we'll reach out to you on Instagram and get your contact information to send that out. Okay. So follow us again, subscribe, get the deals, and we will see you next time on Banditos Live.